I am excited about today's recipe. I'm incorporating two healthier ways to eat in this recipe for injera, which is a traditional African sourdough spongy flatbread. First, you get the benefits of healthy gut-aiding bacteria from the fermentation. Second, you get the benefits of using a whole grain. In addition, flatbreads are often lower in calories compared to having one, let alone two slices of bread. But like I often say, all these health benefits are just a bonus, because injera is really delicious. All you need is some time for the fermentation. We interrupt this video for a brief intermission. Now, I put a lot of hard work into this video to try and make it interesting and fun. So I'm gonna try to guilt you like your mother used to and beg you, please watch to the end and let me know what you think. And I'm including 3 jokes. Tell me in the comments which is your favorite. Here's the first. Why do tortillas get such a bad rap? Because they're so corny. Just like that joke. But injera can be a good wrap for your meal. Injera has been eaten in Africa for centuries, and it's the national food of Ethiopia and Eritrea. It's traditionally made from teff flour. Teff is a small but mighty grain. It's not low carb, but it is a whole grain, so you're getting the benefit of the fiber from the bran to keep you fuller longer. Now, teff flour may or may not be available at your grocery store, and it can be pricey in the US, so if you can't find it, that's okay. You can just use whole wheat flour like I did. We interrupt this video for a medium-sized intermission. You know, one great way to drive viewers away from your YouTube videos are advertisements, so be sure to check the description for a link to buy teff flour on Amazon. And don't forget to subscribe to this wonderful channel. Because injera has been eaten for centuries, there are undoubtedly countless ways to make this, but here's one way I found in my internet research. I'd love to hear how you make yours. Be sure to comment down below. To start, I took 2 cups whole wheat flour and mixed it well with an 1/8 teaspoon of active yeast. Then I mixed together with 2 cups lukewarm water, and that's 110 to 115 Fahrenheit or 43 to 46 degrees Celsius. Not too hot or you'll kill the yeast. I then covered it with plastic wrap and let it sit for 36 to 48 hours. Now, I did mine in the dead of winter in a very cold kitchen, so mine actually took close to 3 days. And now for a whopping great intermission, during which popcorn and candies will be sold.
Yay!
Three days later. You can see how the water separated on the top of it, and then I go ahead and actually taste it to check for sourness. You want to start checking after 36 hours so you can determine when it's just right and you don't overdo it on the sourness. You know, I wrote a song once about a tortilla. Well, it was more of a rap. Next, I added some self-rising flour, and if you don't have that like me, no fear, you can make your own. Just add 1½ teaspoons baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon salt to 1 cup of white flour. Best would be to add it in 1/2 cup at a time to make sure you fully incorporate without any lumps. So basically the opposite of what I did. Now the key is to get the correct consistency. You want it to be like a thin pancake or crepe batter. If it's too thick, it's best to add something bubbly, like club soda or even beer, just a small bit at a time. And if you don't have those, like me, just use plain water. You want the batter to run off your whisk in a steady, fairly quick stream. And mine wasn't quite doing that, so I just kept adding a tablespoon at a time until I got to the right consistency. Once you've got it right, cover it again and let it sit for an hour so the water can fully absorb into the new flour. And now for a very short intermission. Finally, it's time to cook. Heat a 10-inch skillet. So again, not like what I'm doing with my 8-inch skillet, but I chose my smaller skillet because it has the better non-stick coating. You want to choose the best non-stick surface pan you have. Heat the skillet over medium heat and have a spatula and lid for the pan ready nearby. Add 1/4 teaspoon salt to your batter and whisk, and then grease the pan with a little olive oil and spread it around. Then add about 1/4 to 1/3 cup batter to the pan. starting making the outside of a circle and working your way in a circular pattern to the middle. When you're done, tilt the pan to fill in any open spots and to spread it out to the edge if necessary. The batter should spread easily. If it doesn't, then add a little more water and whisk again. Within a matter of seconds, you should start seeing small holes forming and the surface darkening as it cooks from the outside towards the center. When the injera is about 3/4 of the way cooked, cover the skillet and let steam for 1 minute. The injera is cooked when the edges are dry and lifting up from the pan. Carefully run your spatula underneath and transfer to a baking rack to cool completely. Then repeat with the remaining batter. My batch made about 16 8-inch injera. As you can see, they're very flexible and bend without splitting, so I use these for not just flatbread sandwiches, but even tacos. Traditionally, they would be used to scoop up stews and curries. By the way, what did the depressed tortillas say? I don't want to talk about it.
Oh my, get out of the way, please. This is terrible. This is one of the worst catastrophes in the world. Oh, the humanity.
So I hope you enjoyed my recipe for injera. Be sure to check out some of my other healthy recipes displaying on the screen now, and please subscribe. Thanks for watching. When this channel returns with a new video, it will be used as a test card and mysteriously retitled by the YouTube algorithm as The Impact of Popular Memes on Allegorical Humor from 2010 to Present.